Once upon a time, two boys grew up playing hockey in the village of Terrace, British Columbia. One of them went on to play in the National Hockey League. The other became a comedian. Now, one flies planes and coaches youth hockey. The other is still a comedian and owns newsstands. This is their podcast, Enjoying Orange Slices with Jeff and Ian.
Hockey, wow. Welcome to the islands of Hawaii.
On site again. We do this about once every year and a half maybe. So aloha, mahalo.
Mahalo.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're in Maui together, just swimming, snorkeling, left our wives at home. We're just floating around the islands. Woo! Getting our bikes going.
Yeah.
Here we are, Jeff. It's Olympic break, and we decided to take one as well.
That's right. It's our Olympic break too. And so we're over here trying to figure out which country is going to win Greenland in the Olympics, as you alluded to last week. I mean, they could end up with anyone, although it'll be a race to the finish to see. They're going to inherit two great hockey teams, a men's and a women's team, along with many other athletes. So it'll be good.
It's exciting times. The Olympics for every sport. Hockey has not started. Ladies hockey has started. Last night, the Americans beat the Canadians by an outstanding 5-0. The Canadian girls went back to their igloo and have to try to come up with another plan because the American girls, as they say in hockey, are a wagon. Oh my God.
Yeah, they're pretty good, and Canada was down their top player. So we'll see. I think you're going to see the men or the women's. I think you'll see U.S. and Canada meet again. Most likely, I'm going to guess in the
I would
gold medal
put money
game.
on that back.
Yeah, I'm going to say, and U.S. has kind of had their way with the Canadian team this year, so that makes it pretty exciting for the final game because then Canada will be like, well, we can take all the marbles. And talking about marbles on the men's side, they won't see each other until the medal. Well, is it the medal round or US?
The prelims, right? The like this second round going into the medals is when they meet up.
Yeah, they might meet. So the thing is, if you want Canada, US, you need them to both win their bracket, and then that'll kind of keep them away from each other.
Tournament hockey is so crazy. You could get bummed out and never play again in tournament hockey. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I wonder how everyone's doing with the time changes over there. Because
I seen a
look
video
at us over here.
We're not doing well at all.
No.
I seen a video last night. The Canadian men's team was at speed skating, and they all reacted the exact same to a wipeout by a speed skater. I'll have to get that. We'll get that to Emmy. We'll put that up right behind us, and you can take a look at that. The Canadian men just being excited. Meanwhile, the American men have not met up and just hanging out. Austin Powers is taking them out for Austin Matthews.
Well, he's the captain now, so he is Austin Powers now.
He's got super Austin Powers. But they haven't started playing yet, so they're just checking out other sports. That's what they're doing over there. I think they should. You know what sport they should have checked out? The biathlon.
Yes, because that was very interesting. Who knew that was going to be the sport of the Olympics?
Dude, I'm guessing what it was you give absolutely everything to a sport and you win and you're at the end and you're just drained of everything and it just comes pouring out of you. Do you think that's what happened? And the people that don't know, a guy let loose right after winning the gold medal in the interview, said I cheated on my girlfriend and I feel real bad. So it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
That's right.
But I'm guessing that's what happened, right?
Well, he put a whole 6 months into it as well. So,
love of his life.
Maybe. You can tell we're digging deep, trying to drive ratings here with we're like the TMZ of Maui right now with all this information. But yeah, I mean, it's really interesting. And it's funny, we were watching the biathlon. We had no idea about this guy before he won it. And just the agony of being in that biathlon. And they're like, okay, we're going to have you go up these hills, down these hills, back up these hills.
Now take a shot.
Yeah, we're going to basically bag you. Now you have to aim at this. What is it? The size of a CD?
Yeah.
You see if you can hit that.
It's a beer bottle on top of a post.
And then go and we're going to bag you again for another 20, 30 minutes and then come back. It's like
And now have a talk with us.
that's what happened. You know what? Obviously there was not a lot of oxygen left, and it vacated him. And anyways, we wish the gold medal winner well, and whoever he ends up with, good luck.
Good luck, Norway, with your emotional biathlete. But I don't want to say it anymore. Anyways, let's move on. So we traveled over here. You came over on Friday,
Yeah.
Jeff. I came over on Sunday. You guys came over, 5 of you came over and just dealt with the rain for
Mhm.
3.5 days.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in Hawaii when it's rained like this?
Not for this long. So we left Vegas.
Middle portion.
Yeah, we left Vegas because it was too sunny there. But we got over to a little shout out to Hawaiian, part of the team now, Hawaiian Airlines. Great job. Got over here and it was nice on Friday, but Saturday and Sunday it just let loose. And I've never been over to Hawaii a fair amount. And I've never seen it like this over here. So anyways, we're back now. It's early in the morning here when we're taping this. Early. So it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the West Coast.
Back on the mainland.
Yeah, on the mainland. But
we're islanders now.
yeah, we just took our time.
Raw.
Exactly. So we cranked it up and we were able to find our footing and do slices. But it's paradise over here. So if you haven't been to Maui, we thought we'd take the show on the road and start doing destinations. So kind of like they used to, whatever those travel shows are. This is now
Speaking of airlines, I love when they push you can get points when you get a credit card with them, and you can get 15,000 miles towards 50 states and Hawaii. Right? They always add that and Hawaii.
Yeah.
I'm like, isn't that part of America?
Yeah.
Isn't that the 50 that you just mentioned? So
it's a play on words. So
and Hawaii.
Because people think, right, they go to Kansas City, or I can go to Hawaii. Hawaii has a little bit more of a ring. It's kind of almost like
probably less
international.
City.
Well, Kansas City's fun, but yeah, Hawaii's.
Didn't you just suck up to Kansas City?
Yeah.
Oh, you played in Kansas City.
That's right.
That's why.
And I do love Kansas City, but you know what?
Some good barbecue.
Yeah, the Hawaiian getting the hook into you for Hawaii is. You weren't going to get the credit card if you were just going in the United States. And they include Canada and Mexico in there, but Hawaii's their big hook.
That's what you're going to go to Hawaii. Have you flown over water for 5.5 hours? Welcome to Hawaii.
That's right.
You fly here a lot though, right? It's one of your destinations.
Yeah, I mean, the islands is awesome. One thing we will talk about, we're going to try and bring it full circle. There's a roller rink here in Kihei in Maui that
who?
Yeah.
Kihei.
Yeah. Hoo. So if you're ever over in Maui, it's across from one of the many Kihei cafes, which are phenomenal. And they put the rink together in 1997. And a good friend of the show's who refuses to come on, but we always pump his tires, is our good friend Randy. He came over and Gretz was over here. Rick Tockett came over, and they have a cast of thousands, and he worked with the local community in Maui to put this roller rink on, and it's literally on the beach. It's 50 feet from the beach, and it's in Kihei. So if you ever come over to Maui, we'll try and get some pictures and send them to Emmy, and we're going to go for a tour later on this afternoon. Maybe we'll go for a rollerblade with some of the NHL players that are over here taking their break.
The guys
around with those guys
that didn't get invited to the Olympics.
Yeah.
The worst of the best. That's who they are.
Yeah.
How do you think they feel shame for not getting picked for the Olympics?
Well, I don't know. I think they're probably pretty happy to have a break, but who wouldn't want to represent their country?
Right. The Russians. I love it. Where was your as a kid, your favorite tournament you ever? We're talking about tournament hockey for Olympics. Where's your favorite tournament you ever went to?
My favorite tournament probably down in there was a couple, but as a young kid, I would say in Vancouver, the North Shore Winter Club.
I knew you were going to say North Shore Winter Club.
You pulled it out of me. I know.
I knew it.
North Shore Winter Club over across the water in North Vancouver was always fun.
It's rich.
Well, because
all the rich.
Coming down from the
Oh, not the
our
Terrace kids. The
village.
Terrace
No,
kids
no,
were
no.
poor kids, but the North Shore Winter Club, just near the end of it, Winter Club.
Oh yeah, we had to walk on the snow, so much snow and tears. We had to walk on the power lines to get to school. Remember that?
Remember those times? Just
Yeah.
electrocute each other on the way to school. Fun times. But no, we didn't have Winter Club on the. We were minor hockey. We were all
Yeah.
minors.
We
had
were
to work
minor
in
and
we had to work in the gold fields.
yeah. So we had that would be one of them going down after Christmas, getting to drive down to Prince Rupert on the morning of the 26th because we didn't at like 4 a.m. because we didn't think the
That's
plane
funny
had
'cause
made
I
it in the
got pretty-
Terrace. And anybody that lives in a northern community knows all about whether an airplane will make it in for a number of days or not. But I will say one of the grandest accomplishments that we ever had was when we won the provincials in British Columbia, went to the Air Canada Cup in St. Paul, Quebec. That would probably be the highlight because Seafair, which is another Vancouver club, had bought all the tickets to go out there and we beat them. So we took their tickets and we went out to North Shore Winter Club. And
Who was Seafair?
they were down in Richmond. So they were a really good club and they had a lot of guys that went on to play pro.
Like who?
Ken Priestley, Steve Tuttle was a couple guys that come to mind. Yeah, you look them up.
It was like Surrey, Richmond area, or was it just
No,
Richmond?
like down by the Vancouver airport. So Richmond mostly, yeah.
You think does that club still exist?
I don't know if they still exist. We could look them up, but fact check us on that.
Anybody in the British Columbia area, check on Seafair, see if their club is still going. I'm sure the North Shore Winter Club is still
Oh
going.
yeah, that was creme de la creme there.
Wasn't that didn't what's his face, Evander Kane play for them? Didn't he play for them?
Well, you know what, we're trying to get our good friend Dave Glenn to come on, who played with Evander Kane, and he also played with a couple other guys that play. Oh, Brendan Gallagher.
Ooh.
So we're going to try and get him to come on, and he can answer that. But that's a couple weeks away.
They're Vancouver boys and see where they play for. Burnaby, I'm trying to think what Burnaby's club. Burnaby had a club.
Wasn't it the Burnaby Winter Club too?
Did they have a winter club as
It
well?
might have been too, yeah. So they were good.
Burnaby 8 ranks.
We were over there, but you know, one of the things about what's happened in minor hockey is a lot of these kind of over the course of time, a lot of these clubs have merged, and it's well, we're going to talk about that later, but they've merged and become something else. And so I don't know, Burnaby's still around.
We've skidded into minor hockey again. We start talking about the big leagues, but the real important is those clubs, and you'll see them out there trying to raise money for their clubs a lot of times. Yeah. But the North Shore Winter Club, they didn't. They just gave away a car every year to the community and took all the money from that. You know what my favorite tournament was? I went to actually Grand Isle.
Well, you might want to give a little bit of geography or a play, just kind of lay out how you get to Grand Isle and where it is.
So Grand Isle is if you get around Burns Lake, Houston area, right? And you take a left, which would be north. If you're going to Prince George from Terrace, you take a left. And I think it takes another 3 hours to get up there to this little I'm trying to think what they were mining up there. Was asbestos?
It might have been, it was some hazardous material, but yeah, Grand Isle was a mining town before there were mining towns.
It was, and they just had a rink. The businesses set up a rink for them, and they had this one kid that scored like 12 goals on us. Like this Grand Isle team won the whole tournament.
He didn't have, your coach didn't tell you guys, you might want to keep an eye on him. You might want to watch number 14. He's pretty good.
Well, it reminds me of the Adam Sandler joke. I don't know if you ever heard about when the basketball player scored all those points. He does an impression of both teams. On one team, on his team, the guy goes, "Hey, I'm open," and on the defensive team, the guy goes, "Who's got that guy?" That's what was going on. That was what was going on in that tournament. We were like, I think we're Kiwis or something like that. But I remember going to the middle of nowhere, like nothing, just to like a mining town. That was at the time I wanted to go to the Burnaby Winter Club, but looking back on it, I'm glad I got to go there as a kid.
Well, and you know what? And kind of segueing that to the Olympics, there's a lot of people in the Olympics from the middle of nowhere that came from these small communities that are now representing their country. It's pretty cool. Well, we got some of the, we'll talk about Team Canada. We do have some guys like Vancouver's a pretty good sized town for like where Celebrini's from, and Ontario, McDavid and but PEI, Nathan McKinnon, not that big
Nova
of a place.
Scotia?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sorry, he's Nova Scotia. My apologies. Sydney Crosby.
PEI?
I think they're from out there. Aren't they PEI? Anyways,
Sydney, no,
Yeah.
God, no, he's Sydney.
Maritime.
Sydney, he's from a different town. Well,
Sydney from Sydney, Nova Scotia.
No, he's from, I'm trying to think what the town is.
Yeah.
Chirp me right now. Let me know what town
Yeah.
Sydney is from.
Should know that, but we just saying that you can come from anywhere and realize your dreams. We were just a little short of our Olympic dreams, but
We're fantastic. Our Olympic dreams are we ended up in Maui watching it on a tiny little screen every night.
we got a wallet-sized TV. If anyone even has a wallet anymore,
We have an amazing condo.
it's about the size of this phone.
We have an amazing condo and two things shanked into the dish. The size of the TV, and my wife and I are sleeping on single beds. It's Camp Lukalakalau. My wife's over there.
Yeah. For anybody from up north, they remember the Hart Farm. Well, this is
Hart Farm.
the Hart Farm, right? Where
The Hart Farm special.
This is where you used to go and get the hell scared out, get the, yeah, just you were scared because you're out in the middle of nowhere out there. But we told Ian and Cab, we said they closed their door the first night. I said your door has to stay open. Okay. We got single beds for you. Door has to stay open. So he's not very good at listening, but
keep closing the
we got
door.
a couple more nights here and we'll see if we can get him to follow the rules.
My hike to my wife's bed is like going down to the beach. I have to find parking and then walk onto the beach. It's that far away. It's fantastic. The Hart Farm. Let's talk about the Hart Farm.
Yeah.
Hart Farm was about 45 minutes out of Terrace. How far?
Yeah, so our hometown had on Kalem Lake, which is a beautiful lake.
If you're up there, if you go up the Nass, right? It's up
On
the
your way
Nass.
down from Grand Isle, you have to take Highway 16 west. Yeah, it's up. What is that? Is that Highway 37? I might be mistaken.
Where you turn there?
To get up to the Kalem Lake. Anyways, beautiful glacier fed lake. So it's got a nice teal kind of color to it.
Also volcanic.
That's right. We're on a volcanic island and lots of volcanic activity north of Terrace.
And there's this lake called Kalem Lake, and it's kind of bluish, right? It's
a real cool teal color. So
and there was the Harts, I guess the name of the family owned this farm, and it was in the middle of nowhere because they didn't like other people, and when they passed it on to the community, and you'd go out there when you're a kid for 1 or 2 days. Sometimes you just go for the afternoon, but sometimes you'd sleep over there. And it was like the creepiest place ever. It was just so scary. It was like from every horror movie. Like that was the Hart Farm. And they're like, we're going to take the kids out there and not all the kids are going to return. It was terrifying.
Yeah. So
it's interesting what adults think's okay.
Yeah, I think hopefully that's changed a little bit over the last bunch of years. Yeah, we're going to take all these school kids out there and drop them off with their teacher, and they're going to come back changed because it was really a cool spot until the sunset.
Until the sunset.
And then you were like,
you're only there for like maybe 48 hours and you always came back with scabies.
And you know what? And you had the countdown going on your watch. Only 47 more hours to be here.
That's really funny. I forgot.
Yeah.
Only 47 more hours until I get back in a van and throw up again.
School bus. You'd go back and forth in a school bus, and those are known for comfort. Those nice stiff seats with that suspension, and I think it's a steel suspension, like shocks.
Exactly.
There's no such thing as shocks on
Why do you
a
need
school
shocks
bus
when we have discs in between between your spine? What Jeff doesn't tell you is he said 37 Highway 37. It was gravel. It was a gravel road and it wasn't well taken care of. So it was just 45 minutes of you just bumping, like just hitting your head on the roof and coming back down, hitting your head on the roof, coming back down. And we all wanted to sit in the back, and at least one person threw. It was mostly a Miranda Gray always threw up.
Sorry, Miranda. I didn't realize you were going to get.
I was going to get so specific.
Yeah, she was going to take you down today. Well, that's what we're kind of trying to build
It's like
listeners,
Ian,
not
you're
lose
tell
them.
me I didn't throw up. That was Tracy McFarland. Tracy McFarland.
Oh, yeah, Tracy was sitting up front.
He was sitting up front
Yeah.
being a good kid.
Yeah, I would say one other thing that helped the degree of difficulty is back then there was heavy logging in our area, so they had these off-highway logging trucks that were massive that would be flying down the road.
Oh yeah.
Too. So yeah, you
You had to pull over.
had to pull over. Yeah, and if
There was a little cutouts every so often, right? That you had to pull over and wait for these massive trucks. All the kids could have been killed in a tractor truck accident.
you know, and these things were massive. Like take what you see in a semi-trailer now truck on the freeway and double it. That's basically what's coming down a one-lane gravel road at you.
With disc brakes.
Gary worked on a few of those in the day,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
your father has had some of those trucks going up there.
yeah. So we're kind of we'd like to talk about the Olympics a little bit more. We're gonna see.
Oh, he's dragging me out of the hard part. You guys want to learn more
I
about the
gotta
hard
move
part.
on.
That's it.
Yeah, that's good. We're good.
That lake would freeze, right? Would you ever go skating up
Somewhat.
there?
I don't know if the Kalem would freeze like some of the other local lakes, and I thought about that, but I always thought it wasn't as good a lake to skate on because of all the sediment from the glacier, right? And I think not that really, I mean, skates compared to then are totally different, but you can ruin your blades no matter what. And I think that was one of the other things. It would freeze fairly close to shore, but I don't ever remember someone could send us a text on that and say, "Oh yeah, it froze the whole way." But I'm you know you could skate, but I believe it was a little bit more sediment on that ice, and so it wasn't as good as some of the other local lakes to skate on and just go the sediments. So do you have anything else you want to? We're almost. Well, we could come down and head out to Prince Rupert. We could just keep going. Prince Rupert Halibut Kings, best name ever.
No, Houston Luckies.
The Houston Luckies, yeah, but the Prince Rupert Halibut Kings is a name that's on the podium for one of the best of all time.
Halibut Kings is pretty good.
Yeah. The Luckies is
the Luckies.
We'll give them number one. Houston,
just
halfway between Terrace and Prince George.
Houston Luckies, just a bunch of people that couldn't make it to Prince George. Almost got there, ran out of gas. So close to Prince George, yet so far away. Oh my God.
Going to Prince George to play hockey was fun too. That was kind of like you felt like you were in the big city.
Prince Rupert, it was always a chance you're gonna have to like go to a hospital afterwards because you were hit with something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very violent in Prince Rupert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Prince Rupert Civic Center, I believe it is still there.
I don't know.
The ice was good. The ice was good there, but maybe.
That was another trip to Prince Rupert. It was some of the craziest snow back in the day. And you're going towards the coast, so it would turn into slush. Remember?
Well, and you had to throw in some freezing rain there too. And then you get to Prince Rupert and it'd be just pouring rain. You'd be like, oh, this is the best.
You just had to make it to that radio antenna, that thing that you got powered. You made it to that tower, you knew you were going to be okay.
Yeah. And then you had to go down there for some fish and chips and drive back.
I don't know if you guys can hear in the background, but yes, there's crime in Hawaii.
Yeah, they're coming after us. We're not sure who it is, but
you think it's an ambulance or a fire?
I think it's an ambulance. I think we're just gonna let everyone else at home play along. What do you think?
You tell us what you think it is, and we'll go find afterwards.
Yeah.
So what sport would you go watch at the Olympics other than hockey?
I would go watch the 90-meter ski jump. I think that is nuts. I love it. And you know what? The snowboarders are fun too, because until you've seen one of those half pikes that they are on, you have like it's so steep. But the 90-meter ski jump where you're up there with a very tight suit on and two skis that are like a couple redwoods strapped to your feet. And they're like, hey, you're going to go down this. And how fast they go? They get hauling. And there's not a lot of room for error. So I would say the 90-meter ski jump would be one I'd love to see.
The outfits for the Winter Olympics are just as tight as the Summer Olympics. It's crazy.
Yeah, they must have some hot shots in their gloves or something.
I don't know about their gloves, but I know where I'd have some hot shots. We'll put it at the end of this video, but we'll have the guy coming down the hill in the slalom, and he sacks himself at 70 miles an hour in his tight little outfit.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
But Eddie the Eagle kind of helped. We got to go all the way back to Calgary in '88, and Eddie the Eagle helped put the the ski jump on the map, even though it was great before, because he represented England, and we know how there's not a lot of snow events in England that we know of. So
Tell us, send a message on our Instagram. Tell us what it's enjoying orange slices. If you want to know what our Instagram is, tell us what Olympic sport you'd rather go to other than hockey. Look, we get hockey's the best sport in the world. But you got to see some other sports too, because the other kids need to play as well. So what sport would you like to go see? Jeff says the 90-meter ski jump. I say I would like to go to the luge and the other one, where the man gets on top of the other man luge. Have you seen that one?
the hand to hand, the hand to hand,
spoon to spoon luge. That's what that one is. Oh, I just, it makes me laugh every time it comes out. I'm just like, oh my God, who came up with that sport? Bobby, I want to go down the hill, but I'm terrified. Get on top of me. We're going down the hill.
I can't do this by myself.
I can't do this. And wear the tight outfit. Let's go.
That's kind of how I feel every time we do one of these. We're like a two-man luge team, right? Trying to figure out who's on top and who's on the bottom.
Okay, just trying to figure out what position you're going to be on the two-man luge. Oh my God, so fantastic.
And, I didn't realize I got the second one, but I think after that, I mean, the biathlons rocketed up the popularity.
Just for the emotions
Yeah,
after.
I just we had no idea that they put that much into it. But the hockey, obviously, that's number one. What else? We got some other good ones out there. I guess I did say two. So
I like the speed skating.
how about having thighs like that? Could you imagine? Like, like
You know what it is? Go ahead, but
No.
it would move. Their thighs, and then they have no ankle support. That's what's crazy. I'm like, why would you give anybody that no ankle support with those thighs?
That is impressive.
Oh,
Like, we're not going
great.
to work on the calves this year, just the thighs.
Just the thighs.
Like, and
We're all forward, no back.
we're just, we don't care. These are strong enough to keep the rest of this program intact.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And those skates are just steak knives on feet, just going for it. They're like the length of them, just impressive.
And you know how you could mess them up is make them go around the rink clockwise, not counterclockwise.
Yeah.
Because everybody on speed skating knows how to do is turn to their left. So
Yeah,
you'd be like, hey, let's go the other way.
It's the NASCAR of Olympics.
Yeah. It's just, it is like NASCAR.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually surprised there isn't more injuries, because we've seen in hockey, we've seen guys get cut. And those swords come flying across you when you're down. I'm surprised more people aren't just cut up a lot.
well, especially in the short track, right? Because
Yeah.
when you blow a wheel and you're going to go into the wall, the first thing you're going to do is try and get your feet up a bit so you can take one of the other competitors out with you. But yeah, I mean, they're wearing a piece of what are they wearing? A piece of Lululemon skin tight clothing, right?
Lululemon extra small.
Extra small. Yeah.
Not very thick, very thin material. I like going on the bobsled when there's always one guy that blows out his butt cheeks in his outfit.
Yeah.
It is just showing the world the moon. What place are you coming in? 0. Look at these, we're placing 0.
Yeah. They and that's the thing is, like, they got the driver, he's in, but the other guys pushing that bobsled down are like I think they just came from playing NFL football. They're all massive dudes, right? Let's go, just ripped. And okay, so
I love it. Well, we'll end the conversation. We'll end our stories today with we're talking about Maui. We've had some great times while we've been here. We've been to some fantastic restaurants. If you ever get a chance to come over here, don't just stay on your resort's beach. Get out and check out the other beaches. We went to one next to the nude beach yesterday, and we're gonna go take a look but we didn't have any shoes to walk up the hill to get to the other side.
These things sound like a couple of creeps.
Yeah, but
We're gonna go over there, but we forgot our shoes.
well, the funny part is you needed shoes to go to the nude beach. You
Yeah.
think you'd take them off to go to the nude
Yeah.
beach, but you needed
It had a built-in fence called a lava wall. So, but I think, yeah, Hawaii's awesome, and everywhere over here is great. Heads up for the waves, though.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, maybe just kind of.
I've been in a lot of waves, and I just didn't feel like getting tumbled yesterday. I just
No,
thought,
you just were down.
I
You were
thought it
just.
must-
He was just Tom Sellecking it on the beach, walking around, no shirt on. All the girls going,
Mustache.
God.
Somebody's father's out here and he doesn't have his shirt on. Take him home. That's what was going on.
You know what we need to talk about before we go, though, on a sad note, but a person that was a hero to our, well, anybody from Northern BC, but specifically us, and people in the hockey communities.
Yeah.
Jim Robson, my all-time favorite. I don't know, can I say that for you? Can I say all-time favorite? Do you have another
Here's one
favorite?
because growing up on him, like you were excited when you got Jim Robson. I can't remember who else did the games, but every so
Well,
often
yeah.
it wasn't always Jim Robson,
Well,
right?
Bob Cole was good, but Bob Cole kind of came after, and then there was some other great Danny Gallivan. I mean, Danny Gallivan all time, and there's more. Chris Cuthbert still today. We're lucky enough to have him going, but Jim Robson, who did Vancouver Canuck games and was someone that we listened to as kids. I used to get my dad's radio, and we couldn't always get it. You can get it now up in Northern BC, but we tune into CKNW and
It was a
Vancouver.
clear night, you could get it.
Oh, clear night, you'd get it. And then he'd be calling the games. And I'll never forget one night, I thought there was only two people playing in the game, Lafleur and Hanlon. And
funny.
Guy Lafleur and Glennie Hanlon, one of the great characters of the game. And of course, the flower, right? But Jim Robson, a special person in hockey and will be greatly missed. And someone that
What would he say at the beginning of the game too? You welcome people.
yeah, I'd say hello to all the shut-ins and people that can't get out to hockey games. This is Jim Robson from the Pacific Coliseum. I don't think I did it
in the Pacific
Yeah,
Coliseum.
high above the
Yeah,
ice. Yeah.
yeah.
So, but a real treasure for the game and a real gentleman to anybody that knew him.
Did you meet him?
Anybody that knew him, which wasn't me.
I met him.
Yeah, bragger. We'll talk about him then.
I was at I did a Canucks event where they had me come in and roast some people, and he said to me, he goes, "Hey, I looked you up on YouTube," and I thought to myself, "I wonder what he's gonna do." So yeah, it was nice to meet him. But yeah, good run though. 91 years old.
Yeah, like Snacks. Hershey knew him. Corey Hirsch would told me a lot about him, and anyone that's spending time in the Vancouver organization knew Jim Robson. And just, you know what,
It's the Jim Robson press box now
Mhm.
in Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a real classy dude. And now the play-by-play for the Canucks is John Shorthouse, who's Shorty is continuing the legacy of great play-by-play. And Brandon Batchelor, who does the radio in Vancouver, does an unbelievable job as well.
does.
So a couple little shout outs to those guys, because it hasn't been that easy this year to call the Canucks games for them. So anyway.
You just might as well come with a bunch of things. This is what I was eating today. Score 1-0 for the other team. Oh, Vancouver scores 3-1 for the other team. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So what you do is that your shout out or
No, yeah, actually my shout out, I got another shout out too, but I'll
okay.
the big shout out was to Jim Robson. Another shout out to my old D partner, Gordy Mark, who's coaches U16 girls in Vegas. They played Calgary, they played
Best name, too.
Mississauga last weekend in a big tournament that actually this shout out's going to go on forever. Haley Wickentizer, I think they call it Wickfest, brought an all-girls, all-female tournament to Vegas last weekend, and it was a home run. And Gordy's team got to lost in a shootout in the final, but a shout out to Gordy, and he's unbelievable. My favorite thing about when I'm on the ice with Gordy is first time I came out on the ice with his team, they were terrible for 10 minutes. And I told him, I said, see, Gordy, see the effect I've already had on your team? I said, this is coaching at its finest. So he calls him over and he looks at him, and he's massive. Gordy's like 6'4", and he could pop your head off if you want. He goes, girls, he goes, I don't like, he got a real quiet voice too. Girls, I don't like to blow the whistle. So anyways, you go to a Gordon Mark practice, you might hear the whistle like 3 times, and that's it.
Yes.
And his team, anyways, it's good to see Vegas. We obviously live there, and it's good to see the girls there and him get to a level of playing against these top teams from Calgary and Mississaugas in Ontario. So good job. And that's my shout outs.
That's a good shout out.
Mhm.
Mine is to the people of Vancouver last week when I came out and did some shows. They all just came out and we had a great time. Just a really fun time at the Rio Theater in Vancouver. The reason I'm bringing up the Rio Theater is they gave me a shirt afterwards, and it's got the restricted cat. Remember when we were a kid, it had that like long panther thing when a movie was restricted.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's got that on the shirt, and I was like, want a big shout out for throwing some memories into my mind from the Rio Theater. And we also both of us have to say that it's a shame what happened in Tumbler Ridge. We don't know much about what happened, but we know a lot of people hurt and lost their lives. Tumbler Ridge is another place that I went to a tournament as a kid, just a small mining town, and it just sucks. So yeah, keep your chin up, Tumbler Ridge. You're good people.
Love tall.
Nah.